Beatmakers the squad. What's good? It's your boy Cheez producer. Welcome to episode 1 of Mixing Across the Apps. Now, before I get started, I just want to say I'm sorry for the long delay in between videos and how long it took me to even get this video together. Life just happens. I'm a teacher by trade, and so life gets pretty busy and hectic. But beyond that, I'd like to say thank you to you guys for continuing to subscribe and not giving up on me and not hitting that unsubscribe button. And if there's anybody here that is not a subscriber, you definitely know I'm gonna ask you to hit that subscribe button if you can, just simply for the mere fact that it'll let me know that what I'm doing is going in the right direction. Okay, so anyhow, let's get to mixing. So I have a track here that I want to mix, and I know someone's gonna say, why are you doing it in headphones? That's just how I do it. Okay, the majority of my mixing is in headphones because I'm mobile. And when I say I'm mobile, I mean like I'm always pretty much on the go. Either going to work, coming from work, going to my girl's house, coming from her house. Sometimes I'm home, and when I am home, it's like, hey, I'm home for a little while. Anyway, so I do at least get my mixes started in headphones. And the first part of every mix that I do is making sure everything is leveled correctly. The wonderful thing about Beatmaker 3 is that there are different levels of volume control. And this actually is a great thing. This is actually in numerous different DAWs. You can find it in Korg, Gadget, Beatmaker 2, Cubasis, pretty much every DAW. Basically, what it allows you to do is it allows you to have one fader that has a certain volume. Then there's a fader after that that will have a certain volume. And then, if you're lucky, there'll be a third fader. Beatmaker 3 has a setup like that. There's a fader on the sample itself, then there's a fader after that on the pad itself, and then there's a fader on the group. Okay? If you are the type of person that only uses one sound per group, then you can really take advantage of this. If you're the type of person that puts a lot of sounds in a group, and then you can still take advantage of this, and I'll show you how. Okay, so let's listen to this track that I have going here. So I have no effects on it. Only effect I have going is I have a limiter on the main out to keep it from clipping. So let's just hear it one time quickly. As you can see already, the bass is clipping. The main out is not clipping only because I have the limiter going. So I'm just gonna fast forward to where the drums come in, and I'll turn the limiter off, and let's listen to it again, and you'll see that it's clipping all over the place. So immediately as I turn it on, it's already nearly 6 decibels above 0. Okay, and it's clipping like crazy. That's the reason why I put the limiter on. I usually put a limiter on when I'm making beats. You don't need to buy an app for a limiter. The one I use, it's just simply called limiter. I like it, but you don't need to buy this. You can have a limiter by using the dynamics processor, and inside there where it says mode, go to limiter, and you're all set. The stock plugins work. Don't sleep on it. As I was talking about, with these multiple layers of volume control, this actually helps out a lot. So in Beatmaker 3, what I like to do for each of these sounds that I have, I'm gonna go in to the pad fader, and I'm actually gonna bring those sounds down to -10. Now, before I do that, let me let you know, when you go -6, that cuts your volume in half. So So anything that is 6 decibels below wherever you're at is half the volume of where it was before. So when you go to -10, you're going below half. And this is good because you'd rather have a bunch of low clear tracks than a bunch of loud distorted tracks. Okay. Also, the fader on the pad is coming after the fader that is on the sample itself. So take a look right here. So as you can see, I have that fader. The gain for that set to 0. I like where that volume is. It's nice, it's full, it's clear for me. If the sample was louder, I might turn the sample fader down. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the fader for the pad, and I'm going to double tap on it, and I'm going to press 0.31. Okay, -10 is 31%. So, and that's how these faders work. So if you wanted to go to 0, you have to press 1 because 0 is full volume. Okay, and I'm just going to turn everything down to 0.31. Okay, in there. I'm going to move to the bass now, and I'm going to do the same thing. 0.31. Save. It's very important with Beatmaker 3 that you save as often as possible. When you give it too much to have to remember, it overloads the system and it causes the crash. So save. Like save. If you have to save it as a different version because you're not sure if that's what you want to do with it, then do that. Okay? Let's go into the drums. Now, everything before was at 0. Okay, so which means all the volume, everything is pretty much up to here. Now I'm bringing everything down to -10. It means everything comes down to here. What that also means is that if I bring my drums to a volume down to a volume that's a little bit higher than -10, they'll kind of stand out a bit. Okay, and you know in hip hop, we want our drums to stand out. We want our drums to be kind of in your face. So instead of bringing my drums down to -10, I'm gonna bring the drums down to -6. All right, so let me just find each drum here. I'm gonna solo the entire drum bus and just see exactly which drums it is that are playing. And -6 is just 0.5. As I said before, it's from 0 is half of that. Okay, and let's find that hi-hat. There it is right there. 0.5. Okay. Alright. So let's just hear what we got so far. So let's take a look at a few things. All of our levels are peaking at volumes that are way lower, which means that we have a mix that, essentially is not as loud as it was before, but at the same time it's not clipping, and there's room, okay? And the drums are able to have a little bit more room for volume, and everything else is down kind of low. And if you really listen to it, the only difference in the mix, to tell you the truth, is that it's a little bit lower, but it's not clipping. That's the biggest difference. I also noticed that vocal hit is still a little bit too loud. So because I've already turned it down on its pad fader, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the group fader to turn it down. Now, if there was other sounds in that group that I used, and I didn't want those sounds to turn down, then I would go into the sample fader and turn it down. As a matter of fact, that's what I'll do with this. I'm gonna go in here to the sample fader, and I'm just gonna turn this down a bit. Let's change the volume of this. The color of this so you can see it. Now if you look at the gain, it's at 0.6. So I'm just gonna bring this down. Bring this down. Minus 2.5. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of volume off of it. Maybe that'll help it. Alright, so let's just fast forward a bit. Now it's still a little louder than I want it to be. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the fader on the main mixing board, okay? And all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to drop it down. It's maybe 2 decibels, okay? And now the reason why I bring all the other volumes down before these faders is so that now what I can do is if something is too loud, if a group is too loud, I can just bring that group down a little bit. And if there's something in the mix that I can't hear, I can either go back into its fader and bring it up, or I can bring the other faders down. The better option would be for me to bring the other faders down, because when you bring things up, what you do is you decrease the amount of room that you have in your mix to add anything else to it, such as effects or other elements in your track. Okay, so let's take a listen to it now. I'm gonna just fast forward to where the drums come in. So I have to say that right now, with me just starting this particular mix, that initial part of the mix is over. Everything is leveled. Everything has a good space in the as far as volume is concerned. I'm not too much worried about panning just yet, because right now I'm just worried about getting everything at a good, nice volume. All right. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna dig into effects and what kind of effects that we need in order to really beat this mix up. But we're not gonna do that till next week. Reason why is because this week you guys got homework. Oh yeah, y'all got homework. What you thought this was? I told y'all I'm a teacher every day, Monday through Friday. So you thought that you was gonna come in here, you wasn't gonna have no homework? Come on, fam, like we don't get down like that. All right, so your homework is go into your DAW, find all the different levels of volume control that you have, so that way you can figure out how to start leveling your tracks before you even hit the actual main faders. Okay, the reason why you want to do this is so that you can move those faders as little as possible when you're doing mixing. You want to keep them all at 0, and you want faders to come down. You don't want faders to go above 0. Okay, keep them all at 0, and if anything is too loud, bring it down, and if anything is too low, then maybe bring other things down so that it can stay at the volume that it's at, and everything else can kind of adjust to it. All right, so I hope this has been helpful. If so, please do me that favor and give me that thumbs up. If you're like, man, I'm still confused and I don't understand what's going on, and Cheez, you did a horrible job, give me a thumbs down. But then also in the comment section, tell me how it could have been better. Tell me what wasn't clear for you, and I will address it as soon as I can. All right, it's your boy Cheez, and I'm signing off. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, follow Beatmakers the Squad on Instagram. You can also follow the Facebook page, where the majority of everything that's posted here will be not the majority, everything that's posted here will be posted on the Facebook page. And with that, I'm signing off. It's your boy Cheez, and I'm out. Peace.